What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2. I know I didn't go live earlier today. Oh, excuse me. Uh, it's like feels like something like stuck right here. But what's up, everybody? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Let's get to it. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? And welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody feeling? How everybody living today? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, city girls? How you doing? What's up, Rashida? What's up, Priscilla? I was feeling kind of well, I think maybe because I felt sick, like maybe that's why I was feeling kind of down. Now I feel a lot better. I had like a stomach ache, like it was like weird. Like I haven't had like that in a long time, and like it couldn't have been nothing that I ate because I ate from home. Like I ate what did I eat? What did I eat? I made like ground beef for like burritos and stuff like that. So I had a quesadilla actually. So I made the ground beef yesterday, and then I had a quesadilla today. But I don't think that's what made me sick. It was weird. What's up, Scotty? How you doing? What's up, V? What's up, Craig? What's up, Poetic? What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Beauty for Ashes? I love seeing my members here. Thank you. What's up, Mary? Yeah, I'm not gonna hide this video either. I'm gonna leave this video for the public. So it is what it is. I have nothing to really hide, right? But yesterday, I know for our 70,000 celebration, I was gonna terrorize the YouTube streets like I used to do. But I decided not to do that. And the reason why is because yesterday I was in the mood to like really tear people apart. And if you guys have been knowing what's going on, a lot of this stuff with the Charlie Kirk has put a lot of people on notice from a whole new separate market where they're flagging your videos because those people have so much hatred for you if you say anything negative about Charlie Kirk. And so I'm not dealing with the usual suspects. You know, I don't care about dragging them, but it's like dealing with the people that you don't know who exactly they are. As I understand that website, I don't know if you guys heard, but there's a website that the Charlie Kirk fanatics were putting people on saying they were doing X, Y, and Z and doxing people and getting them fired from the job. Well, I guess that website is shut down. However, you know, no telling what kind of secret private Instagram groups or Facebook groups they have. You know, you don't need a website to dox or try to fire people. Like, you don't even need that. What's up, LB? What's up, Jackie? I don't know if I say hi or not, Jackie. I just want to say, glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Rashida. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I was all like, okay, if I go off and then I end up saying something and they get me with a community guideline strike, I'm gonna mess myself up. So I was like, okay, it's probably best. And you know, when I roast people, I like to come from a lighthearted space, like very funny. Yesterday, I would have just went all the way in to where I would have took it to hell. You know how they saying the rapture is coming tomorrow? It would have been a rapture. Yes, definitely. I don't know. And, for those of you not TikTok, they're talking about the rapture is happening tomorrow. I done seen. Mind you, I don't know what's going on with the white ladies. Like, white ladies, y'all need to get therapy or something because why is y'all crying? They is crying about the rapture. Like, one lady was all like, oh my God, the rapture is coming. And like, I only have a day to spend with my kids. And then there's another lady who was talking about, oh my God, my dogs, what are going to happen? And remember, there was like rapture talk in 2012. Do y'all remember that? Like, it's every so often, there's always rapture conversation. I'm just like, yeah, not this again. But no, let me tell you. So you guys already know I'm in the Bay Area. Like, it's no secret, right? So tell me why yesterday there was an earthquake at 2:56, right? In the morning. Mind you, there was an earthquake also today. Like I felt it today. Like it was like just a little shake, but the one last night, it went like you heard the ground shake. Like it was like a real earthquake. And we get them all the time. I know some of y'all like, oh my God, an earthquake. I can't. We get them all the time. You know, it's a little shake, you know, it shake you up a little bit. But that one, like, it was like, oh shit, the rapture. Shit. I was all like, okay, maybe it was the rapture that was it. I don't know. You know, I caught up in the rapture. You know, shout out to Anita Baker. Is Anita Baker still alive? She's still alive, right, y'all? Yeah, but yeah, that earthquake that made me believe in the rapture. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh shit, it's coming. But yeah, other than that, I don't believe that a rapture is coming. But that earthquake was nothing to play with, y'all. Like that shit was like, oh shit, this is the, you know, they all say the big one. I actually wasn't alive when the big one came. Okay, if it did come, I was a baby. I think it was 80. I think it was like a few months before I was born. Hold on. When did the San Francisco earthquake happen? Okay. Oh no, they're talking about the one from the day. Oh, that's why I felt it so strong. Okay, it was in Berkeley. That's why it was so strong. Wow. No, in the 80s. 89. Okay, see, I was October 80. Yeah, I was a baby. I don't remember it. Yeah. Yeah, I was literally an infant when that happened. So yeah. Oh yeah, October 1989. Yeah. The rapture is real and soon. Now I know the rapture is real, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. Listen, when the rapture happens, we're not going to know. There's not going to be no witches on TikTok predicting the rapture. That's what I mean. What's up, Aaliyah TV? The gag is the crazy, hateful mother effers actually believe they're going up in the rapture. Exactly. They is not going up in the rapture. That's nothing. It's nothing. Like when you sing Anita Baker, you got to sing it like that. The you know. I remember it like it was yesterday. Oh, okay, Denise, are you from here? You don't have to say where, but you're from the Bay. Okay, cool. Johnny said there was one today. It was 3 point. Yeah, I was just telling the people, Johnny. What's up, Johnny? You just got here. I was born 19th Highland Hospital. Okay. You remember from your parents? Yeah. Born and raised. Okay, shout out to Denise. The rapture sounds like a Friday, Saturday event. Who plans for something like that on Tuesday? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like, why Tuesday the 23rd is the rapture? Like, where did that? Huh? Like, what's the significance of that date? Like, I don't get that. Maybe rapture tomorrow. Exactly. And they was getting confused with rapture. Yeah. What's up, Misunderstood? Shout out to Misunderstood. What's up, Winnie? We were just talking about the rapture. Yeah, shout out to everybody who was born in Highland Hospital. Yep, earthquake. Okay, so I didn't realize how many of you were from here. Okay, so you guys felt that too. Like I'm telling you, like it wasn't like the usual just shake. It was like you hear like the actual. It's crazy because like You have one where like it kind of moves up and down, and then you have another one that's kind of like vibrating, and then you have the one that like shakes from side to side. Like it's like different ones depending on how close you are to the actual earthquake. Like that's the thing. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, but hell, we'll know tomorrow if that was the rapture. I shouldn't make jokes like that, but it's funny. But but we'll find out tomorrow if that was the rapture. That was the pre-rapture. They already done took some people up already. We missed the first. We missed the first rapture. Hopefully, we get selected for round 2. You know. I remember the big ones in the 90s in Seattle. Oh, Seattle had one too? Damn. Oh, you're in LA, so you didn't feel it. Yeah, yeah, we felt it here. Like, damn. Oh man. All right. So anyway, so as I was telling you guys, yesterday I was kind of in a bad mood, so I really didn't want to terrorize the YouTube streets because I knew that I was going to go all the way in. I feel that there's been some people who've been like poking at me, and granted, here's the problem: when AT2 pokes back, nobody likes it because I'm gonna go all the way in. Like I feel like once I get to the spot where like I know you don't respect me and there's no respect there, then I don't have to hold back. I'm gonna say every kind of vulgar thing that comes out my mouth, and I'm not going to regret it either. Like usually when I say something that's mean spirited, I'll be all like, oh no, I apologize, that's wrong. I'm not at the stage where I'm apologizing. That's why I didn't get taken up in the rapture, because I was I had to make a little jokey joke, but that's why I didn't get taken up in the rapture, because I know my mouth is ruthless, and what I would have said, I would have definitely have been canceled. Like I know there's a few things that I can't really say. And then on top of that, y'all know the Charlie Kirk memorial was yesterday, and I was gonna review his wife's her speech or whatever. And then I was like, AT2, wait until the next day. Do not do it. Don't chase the algorithm. Do not do it. Just real quick, so you guys know, I thought that her message, forgiving the guy, I thought that was nice. It didn't seem that it was so like threatening, and her talking about burning the place down and stuff like that. But I caught a little bit of the shade, because there was one thing, and I'll share it with you right now. There was one thing when she said, and I'm paraphrasing, after Charlie died, notice how we didn't riot and burn down the streets or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, that she was talking about Black Lives Matter. That's what she was talking about. When she was talking about rioting in the streets and all that. Yeah, she was talking about us. So, I was all like, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, no, because I'll end up saying something and get canceled. They are a cult. Yes, it was. I was all like, is this like a memorial or is this WrestleMania? Because why did she come out and there was a whole bunch of pyro and shit and like fireworks? I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like that shit was crazy. That wench knows exactly what she's saying. Exactly. What's up, Heather? How you doing? Nobody cared. That B ain't mad because she gets to spend all the right. The protesters weren't right. Exactly, Priscilla. Exactly. And that's the thing. They know the nuance. They know the nuance with what they're saying. They know the difference between, okay, people who are protesting versus people who just came and tore shit up. Because notice during like those during the protests, there were like bricks and shit set up so people can bust out windows and shit like that. But these you know how they got the new protest, the No King's Day? I don't know. I'm not doing that shit. The No King's Day. Notice how peaceful those go. because there's no color people, so the police aren't coming to antagonize people to those. But if it was color folks out there, they would come and try to antagonize. Yeah, but they don't want to have that conversation. Anyway, cheap shot from both. Hey, Craig said it, not me. Is it wrong for me to suggest that she will be methed out? Oh no, sugar walls. Sugar walls. I ain't gonna say that wasn't funny, but no, I don't think that. No. Y'all want to know? Damn, I'm kind of telling y'all. I should just did a review on the video, y'all. I think this is going to end up with her having some kind of position in the White House. If not a position in the White House, a possible VP pick. And then it'll play on people's sympathy and be all like, oh, you have to vote for the widow of Charlie Kirk's wife. Because I think president would be a stretch, but her as a VP, I could see that. Listen, Candace is making her money off her dead friend. Listen, when AT2 gets sunken up, how do I want to say it? Sunken up in the rapture, or if I pass away, I don't want y'all letting these YouTubers making a whole bunch of money off of me. Y'all better brigade their platform, report their videos, shut them down. Like, they allowed to make one tribute video, but you ain't gonna be making a whole bunch of conspiracy videos off of my death, making a whole bunch of money, and then you ain't gave none to my family. Nah, I don't like that. I mean, granted, you know, right, Tanya, Kundis Owens, like, make your money. I ain't mad at it. Me personally, I don't care. You know, make your money. But I mean, this is supposed to be your friend, and you making a whole bunch of money off of him and his death, and you putting all these conspiracy theories. Mind you, this man has a wife. Have you called his wife to see if he was, swallowed? Is that the swallowed up in the rapture? Okay, that was the word I was looking for. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed? Not sucked up. Okay, sucked up might be the wrong word. You know that rapture coming. Yo, we are playing Anita Baker all tomorrow. We playing Rapture. Candace been feasting off of Kirk's cock. Yo, the way y'all going in the comments is cracking me up. Don't forget there was rioting on January. Right, Tanya, yeah. January 6th, was she talking about that riot? You know. I got Anita Baker stuck in your head now. Yeah, but notice also, we're not talking about the Macron situation. And I think she had to show her Uchi Walla Walla, Uchi Bang Bang. I think she had to show her Uchi Walla, y'all. Like, she had to provide evidence that she's a woman. She about to take all of Candace's money. Candace is done for. That lady had to show her Uchi Walla Walla, Uchi Bang Bang. I gotta find you the article. Hold on. Brigitte Macron. Okay, she hasn't showed her vagina yet. Okay, hold on. Yeah, she hasn't showed her vagina yet, but she will provide evidence of her vagina to show that she's a woman. Here we go, y'all. Okay. Let me make the screen a little smaller. All right, here we go.
She and her attorneys are planning to try to prove that she is a woman. Stay with us here, Brigitte Brigitte Macron, wife of the French president, Emmanuel Macron,
Yes,
now says she's going to present
them.
scientific and photo evidence in court to prove her sex. This is part of the couple's court case here in the U.S. as they're suing the woman on the right side of your screen, conservative commentator Candace Owens, for saying on her platforms, Macron was born male.
Brigitte Macron was actually born Jean-Michel Trogneux. That is the person that you are seeing in this photo here on the far left. I would stake my entire professional career on the fact that Brigitte Macron, the current First Lady of France, was born a man.
That's so weird to like bet that. And you know, and I still have to go with this, like, why do you care? Like, the real story about Brigitte being 39 and her husband, Emmanuel, the prime minister of France, being 15 when they first met. That's the real salacious story. Like, you ain't got to turn her into a man to make the story more salacious. The story is already salacious enough. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part.
So Macron is trying to shut down these claims and win the case. Owens is trying to get the whole thing thrown out. Let me bring in Yasmin Vasugi in here. This is a defamation case here from the First Lady of France here. Help us understand any of the context or even any precedent on this.
First of all, they want to set the record straight. The attorney has said this is incredibly upsetting to both President Macron as well as his wife, Brigitte Macron. They say it's a distraction as well to the president and his family. This is an opportunity for them to prove to kind of shut down all of the rumors and the talk of what you heard from Candace Owen there, to essentially prove and that she is in fact a woman. As you mentioned, they're going to use scientific and physical evidence, if in fact this goes to trial, to make sure everybody understands that is in fact the truth. And I will say this is actually the second defamation case on this, because there was a defamation case that happened in France. This actually initiated with some French bloggers in which the Macrons actually won that case, but it was subsequently overturned in an appeal, not because of the truth, but because of freedom of expression. I will say Candace Owens, for her part, has filed a motion for dismissal. And the attorneys from the Macron family have said, and I quote, "Unlike Ms. Owens, the Macrons welcome the discovery process and look forward to holding her to account for the reckless falsehood she continues to knowingly promote." And let me just say, Hal, as you kind of played some of those videos of Candace Owens, for folks to understand, I mean, I know she has kind of become this household name, but that is because of the huge following that she in fact has online. 5 million subscribers on YouTube, 7 million followers on X. So that kind of proves the point of what Brigitte Macron, the First Lady of France, and President Macron are saying, in which they say, we want to set the record straight to make sure everybody understands the truth in this situation.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top.
Is that, you know, when you do have a large following, the courts do take that into consideration. So you over here saying that this lady is a man and she's this and that, like, yeah. And also too, the fact that people are repeating it. That's the other part that people don't really talk about. It's not that you just called her a man. It's the part that people are repeating it and it's affecting her. And if she was smart, like Cardi B did to Tasha, go see you a therapist and say like, oh, you were going to, you know, harm yourself. Yeah, they'll take that shit seriously. They'll take it really seriously. So, and again, I don't even know how because I think the lawsuit was filed in, I'll have to pull it up again because I don't exactly remember because it's been a minute, but I think they're suing her in France. I think she has to go there and not that they're suing her here, if I remember correctly. Either way, she's fucked. Similar to that. She kind of screwed, you know. But she'll be okay. What's up, Addicted? She'll be okay. I mean, her husband's a millionaire, even though she claimed to be broke. But yeah, her husband's a millionaire. They'll be fine. Anyway, y'all. Tell me why, like, there's still discussions over, you know, buying bots and buying numbers and all this other stuff. Remember I told y'all, like, people look on Social Blade to see, like, your numbers and shit like that, but they don't understand that Social Blade is like an external website. Like, you can't figure out, like, from just looking on Social Blade, unless you had somebody's back end, their YouTube studios, right? You wouldn't know. There's no way that you would know what somebody is making, if they bought bots, if they did this, if they did that. Now, I will say this. It was told to me that there was a comment about like there was 15 million views that I deleted from my channel. I've already talked about this, but I'll just go ahead and set the record straight. So those 15 million views, YouTube did not delete those. I deleted those. Remember in 2023, they were using they were pushing the algorithm for YouTube Shorts. And at that time, I had got hit with the reuse content thing, and I was getting hella views off of YouTube Shorts. And so what I did was just go ahead and delete all that so I can get my monetization back. And it worked. I got my monetization back. So all that conversation, and now we know that with the YouTube Shorts, it hurts the algorithm. Well, at that time, it hurt the algorithm and shit like that. So it ended up screwing me over. But anyway, yeah, I deleted those 15 million views. So yeah, I got in trouble and YouTube found out that I was buying bots or some crazy shit like that. And mind you, let's just say this, bitch, I ain't gotta explain shit to you. For one, I ain't gotta explain shit, but it's the fact that people are going around trying to say like they know this and that, and you don't know shit. Keep your fucking mouth shut if you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Shit. What's up, Shawnee? What's up, Marita? Magic, how you doing? What's up, Gaslit? And shout out to Gaslit News. I shared on my community tab our interview that we did. It was a good interview. I liked it. Thank you for, interviewing me. Like I said, I always love doing interviews. Again, there's certain people that be like, oh no, I ain't gonna do an interview. And granted, it all depends. Like I have to like get a feel for you. If I get like a negative vibe, I'll be like, oh, I'm busy. I'll make up some lie or something like that. But if I have a good feeling about you, I'm more than willing to do it, Dead birds and friends straight ignorant. Yes. Yes, they are straight ignorant. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, okay, if I keep on pushing and poking, like you'll have to say my name and you'll have to do shows about me, and I'm not helping anybody get in no algorithm. I'm not willing to do that. You got to work hard. And here's the thing: instead of going on Social Blade every day, if you worked hard actually putting out content, you wouldn't have to worry about other people's numbers. The only time I'm worried about somebody else's numbers or some shit like that is if I'm broke. Like other than that, I don't care, because it's not about the. It's not like their money is not my money. So why do I care about somebody else's money? What's up, T? What's up, DJ Genesis? No, I'm not. Well, I did cuss. Never mind. I can't lie. Well, I'm not cussing out anyone in particular. She's not getting out of this in one piece, so speak. Oh, you talking about Candace? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. And again, you looking at Social Blade on somebody else's number, you could be working on a video doing some content. Again, I think a lot of people do like the lazy content, and what I mean by that is that they'll just play somebody else's video and they'll be talking about some drama or some shit that's going on. That's not going to create the evergreen content and content that you keep constantly getting paid on. Granted, it is fun every now and then to drag people because some of them deserve it. Like in the black tea sector, I love dragging them. I love making them feel like shit. I love tearing them apart verbally because they're fun to make fun of. Like that's it. It's no real hate or no real beef. I just like poking fun at them, and I get pleasure out of verbally beating them up. I'm so sick in the head. What's wrong with me? But I get pleasure out of verbally beating them up. So I do what I do. But did Tisa buy? No, I don't think Tisa buy views at all. You guys know. I don't think any creator that's popular is buying views. I don't think that, no. AT2, speaking of fun, what happened? Did something happen to him? I'm not gonna say like yeah, I don't know. Let me finish that. Say I don't want to say his name, but you know, AT2 a damn psychopath. Yes, I am. Yes. She is entertained. Oh, yeah. I think sometimes when you think people are buying views and stuff like that, it's more or less you got to look at the structure and the way they do their channel. And when you hit a lick, when you hit a popular story, and you kind of take ownership of that story, then you are the one to rank pretty high in the algorithm. So when you look at somebody like Tisa Tells, like no matter what you guys think about her, you can't take away that, when it comes to like the Diddy stuff, the Kardashian stuff, she's kind of on top of it. She's the person that people go to. Sometimes that makes you an easier target, but she's the person that people go to, though, Yeah, and Sugar Walls, that was one of the things that I learned in the last few months. She does she used to do tarot, and she totally like changed. And it happens. I'm kind of going through a metamorphosis. Am I saying I'm saying that wrong? I'm going through a change, damn it. In my Dame Dash voice, don't worry about anyone else's money. Exactly. Metamorphoses. Thank you. I bet there's going to be a lot of for the rapture. The I know I'll have that song stuck in your head now. Oh yeah, let's get those likes up. Thank you, Heather. Oh, crystals? Yeah, definitely. Y'all are crazy. Yeah, but sometimes I feel like also the reason why people pay attention to like views and stuff like that, because y'all don't realize like people have been working, they've been doing the groundwork. And mind you, Tisa wasn't really somebody that I followed in the beginning, but I know that she wasn't as big as she is now. Just the same way with Lead Attorney. Lead Attorney, he used to be in everybody's chats and stuff like that. And he kind of did the groundwork, and then he hit it off, and then he became like a larger content creator. So a lot of these people were just doing the groundwork, and then they build up to something. So again, if there's anybody who I think that's buying subs or doing something, I would let you guys know. I think with the two people I just gave you an example, I think they put in the work. Damn, a bloodsucker. Damn. That's ruthless. Will Jag be the lead singer for the... Listen. Jag is definitely going to perish somewhere, but definitely she ain't going to be in the rapture. I'll tell you that. Or that's not nice to say. I don't know. Yeah. Is Lead Attorney still around? Like his videos don't come up on my timeline at all. Like I remember there was a time like he always was in my algorithm. It's like once you don't really watch somebody anymore, like they get taken out your algorithm. Because like he would talk about court cases, but he also kind of dibbled and dabbled in celebrity, and maybe he's not dealing with celebrity no more. Oh, he's still going. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, he's still going through that. Oh man. Yeah, well, definitely prayers. You know, I don't want nobody getting sick. I don't want nobody to get harmed. You know, I can't imagine what he's going through with all that. So definitely prayers to him. Yeah, I was just looking. It said his last video was like 13 days ago. Yeah. Yeah, that gotta be hard. Like, you know, I was telling you guys earlier, I was sick and I didn't do no content because I felt sick or whatever. So I can't even imagine going through something like cancer and then like, yeah, this is kind of like your bread and butter, so you have to do content, but sometimes you're not up to it, and you know, going through chemo and stuff like that, it takes a lot of it drains a lot out of you, you know. Yeah, thank you guys for the praying, and yeah, definitely pray for him, you know. Jag is gonna be stuck in Ferguson. You're right, Jackie. Yeah. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I forget about her sometimes. Like sometimes I'll be like talking and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, Jag used to do this." Da 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 da. Like I forget about her because like she's so not relevant. Like someone who like we used to hang on her every word and her every movement. Not me so much, but a lot of other people. You know, and I think that's also too why you see a lot of those creators who talk about Jag all the time, like they're really struggling trying to transition. Like it's hard for them because they never really had any kind of substance to their channel. I've always been a kind of person, and this kind of has helped and hurt me at the same time, but I'm one of the people that can really be flexible with the content. Like I can talk about a lot of different other things. Not too many people can. That's why you see that owl lady worried about everybody else's numbers. It's like Rochiana. Okay, because I don't want to call her Roach Puss. I don't want to be that disrespectful. But Rochiana, you know, Rochiana, she's not flexible with her content. She can't talk about more than one thing. Now her thing is like you know, looking at everybody's social blade and their numbers. Like she can't function without just thinking about people numbers and shit like that. Like that's like her new thing. She's gonna keep focusing on that because she has nothing else. There's a big creator who is needing a bone. Oh wow. Oh, prayers for that person. Oh man. Dee, we are talking about the lead attorney. He has cancer. I was mentioning that I hadn't seen his content in a while because he doesn't come up in my algorithm. But he did a video 2 weeks ago, though. I still want to know how Jag got away with saying so many inflammatory things without any real consequences. Well, Brian McKnight is looking for her. He just can't find her. When you say Roach, all I... Yo, I was gonna do a video about that. So for those of you who don't know, Netta and Charles, Netta was cooking in the kitchen, and like this big ass roach was like crawling all over the screen. And then there's another video where you seen a fly drop on the food, and listen, I know that house is nasty. But you know what it is? I don't think necessarily Netta at home is nasty. I think they're the kind of people that let their door open. They leave their door open. Like, you know, if you live, especially in the South, like they got like some bugs like you ain't never seen before. You know, I know when I was in Texas, they got those cicada bugs. You know, the one I get, they have like a different form of cicada bugs. You know, they don't have the ones that populate every like 17 years. They got like just regular cicada bugs. And so like those little ugly creatures, like they're all over the place. So again, you can't just leave your door open. When you leave your door open, then you get bugs and shit like that. So, but then also too, I probably wouldn't be showing my kitchen and shit like that if I knew like I got bugs and shit. I don't know. You like it, I love it. Listen, I wouldn't eat netta food without the bugs in it. Shit. With or without the bugs, I wouldn't eat that nasty shit. They look like flies on. Yo, no, those are big like roaches. Those are roaches with wings. Things is huge. Water bugs, yeah. Right. It's one thing, like your home can be like messy, but like how do you get like the bugs and like that's just ugh. That's like people who got plates and shit under their bed. That's also nasty. Yeah, praying mantis in my house right now. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Try to kill it and got away. Close your doors, people. Yes, close your doors. Exactly. Oh, Megan said, I know you're trying to be nice, but I live in Alabama just like Netta. They have small bugs. That's the infestation. Damn. Oh no. Okay, so Netta is just nasty. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. Ugh. Neither looks like they wash their hands. Yeah. Ooh. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Yep. That's what they say. Roaches are little. That was a big ass water bug. Okay. Okay, so I guess it wasn't a roach with wings. Y'all saying they were water bugs. Okay. Either way, it was nasty. And the fact that I think the videos are still up. That's how much Netta is not even ashamed. The videos are still up. You can literally go to them and see the bugs. They come from everywhere. They will squeeze in between the screens and ugh. Oh, through the sink too. Oh, wow. I always put hot water and soap down my and let the garbage dispenser run for a minute just to like get all that gook and stuff like that. Also lemons too. If you cut out like the lemon pills, like small lemon pills and stuff like that, or after you squeeze out the lemon, put that in your garbage disposal and let that run. I also pour like a little vinegar down the garbage disposal too as well. They will wink at you. Ugh. What's up, Miss Barbara? Huge cat watching you while watching on the phone. Wait, is she Jaguar watching? Oh God, I don't want her. Jag, we ain't got no beef. Don't worry. I was just making a little jokey joke. We ain't got no beef, Jag. I don't want her trying to say I'm a part of the troll farm and all this other stuff. You know how Jag be doing. I bleach everything but Accutane. Good. Try that. Oh yeah, you got to try it. Yeah. Try that. Baking soda and vinegar for sure. Yeah. Oh, the Trevor Green productions. Yeah. Which a lot of y'all ask like, oh, do you watch Trevor Green? Not that I don't watch it, like I just don't, it doesn't come up on my timeline, so that's why I don't really pay attention to it that much. But I like what he's doing with the cartoons, the cartoons and stuff. Green Goblin. Oh, okay. I've never heard of that. Oh, the Tylenol thing. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Trump said, which he couldn't pronounce the word, and let me just say, I struggle with that word too. The acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. I'm sorry. Did I say it right? Acetaminophen. Hold on. Did I say it? Hold on. Let me. Acetaminophen. Okay. Acetaminophen. See, I struggle with the word. And so he's saying that acetaminophen is what causes Tylenol. Yes, sugar walls. Tylenol basically is what causes autism. Now, Tylenol was invented in like the 50s, and then autism was first recognized in like 1911, like some in the early 1900s. So that doesn't make any sense that you're saying that the Tylenol is what causes autism. And the fact, what the scary part is that people are going to believe that. People are going to be all like, oh my God, that causes autism. Same dude told us to inject bleach. Yep. Yeah, he said inject the bleach to get rid of COVID. Remember? Didn't he say grab him by the foot? Yeah, he said that too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now he's telling you that the Tylenol is what causes autism. These are the people, mind you, he's not a scientist. And granted, I don't know who the people were behind. I know RFK Jr., but I mean, that's the same dude who said he did heroin. Let me see if I can find that clip. Hold on, y'all. RFK Jr. did. Yep, here it is. I wonder if this is it right here. Hold on. Because I'm pretty sure doing heroin, that probably can cause some damage to your children. But hey, what do I know?
Who had just been drafted to go to Vietnam. I was hitchhiking home from that party, and an older boy picked me up who I knew, and he offered me some LSD. And I had never taken any kind of drug before. I wouldn't have taken it, but I had a real deep interest, intense interest in paleontology. And I said to this guy, I said, if I take this, will I see dinosaurs? And he said, you might. I was walking home, and just before I got to my house, I saw some older boys in the woods. I went in there to see what they were doing. And I told them I was crashing on the acid. And they said, try some of this. And it was crystal meth. And I took a snort of it and I felt great. And that incident was the template for my addiction over the next 14 years. Within a month, I was shooting heroin. And that was my kind of drug of choice.
I've never seen the whole clip in its like totality. I've never seen like the whole thing. So him going over like the history of, let me play that shit again, because mind you, this is somebody in our he's over the health department.
I went to a party for an elder brother of a friend of mine who had just been drafted to go to Vietnam. I was hitchhiking home from that party, and an older boy picked me up who I knew, and he offered me some LSD. And I had never taken any kind of drug before. I wouldn't have taken it, but I had a real deep interest, intense interest in paleontology. And I said to this guy, I said, if I take this, will I see dinosaurs? And he said, you might. I was walking home, And just before I got to my house, I saw some older boys in the woods and went in there to see what they were doing. And I told them I was crashing on the acid. And they said, try some of this. And it was crystal meth. And I took a snort of it and I felt great. And that incident was the template for my addiction over the next 14 years. Within a month, I was shooting heroin. And that was my kind of drug of choice. I went to a party.
So again, this is who's in our White House. This is why I tell people voting does matter, because you end up with people who really can fuck up your life. And yeah. And this is the person that's telling you that, you know, Tylenol is the cause of autism. But notice, like, they were saying, like, oh, well, we're saying that it can be one of the causes of autism. They didn't say for a fact it does. And so now they want the FCC to regulate them putting labels on it saying that it causes autism. Right, Paris? If he was black, exactly. If he was black, there would be no way they'd be in the office. Absolutely not. Thank you, Heather. I think I see Hawan up in here. Hawan, are you still here? I'm sorry, I missed your comment. Hold on, let me see. Oh, dang, it went too far. Yeah. I missed your comment. Yeah, let me know if you guys see Hawan. Here Miss Barbara go. People with big platforms should be careful because people could be brainwashed by their thoughts, think more righteous. Don't judge a person by their past. Miss Barbara, that is fine. I mean, yeah, you don't judge people by their past, but you also shouldn't have somebody like that in the White House. You definitely shouldn't. Yeah. He hit so much meth, his voice. I asked that question, like, what happened to his voice? Hold on, let me see if I can find that. Let me ask Google real quick. Because someone told me it was like tapeworms ate his brain or something like that. And I was like, wait, what does that have to do with his voice? Oh, see, it already got the question. Why did his voice sound like that? It says, the Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has attracted a lot of attention for his raspy voice, which results from a neurological voice disorder called spasmodic dysphonia, I think. DISPHONIA. Okay, so I guess he got some kind of neurological thing going on. That's why he's like, I did mad, and I took some LSD, and I seen dinosaurs, and yeah, God, that voice is like. I'll be like, just text it to me, you know, like I would have somebody speak for me if I sounded like that. I just hate that. Like, that is annoying. Oh my God. Didn't RFK say there's butterflies or something in his brain? It was like tapeworms. It was worms. Drop the link because all right, Miss Barbara, I'm getting ready to end the show, so I'll let you come up for a minute. This is everywhere. Everybody says no. They hate Miss Barbara. Don't worry, you guys. I'm gonna let her have 2 minutes because I'm pretty sure she's gonna be talking about the immigrants in New York and not stay on topic. Oh no! Oh boy! I thought he had cancer. No, his voice is just that's the way it sounds. Definitely crackhead voice. I agree. The state of being, yeah, definitely crackhead. Paris. Oh, okay. Addicted Paris, like Miss Barbara. Okay. Okay. Translated thinking, especially never admitting when You make a mistake. I gotta look up who that is. Roy Cohen. Okay, here we go, y'all. All right, Miss Barbara, your 2 minutes starts now.
Let me clear my throat. First of all, I want to give all due respect to the name Kennedy, the president that was assassinated for United States of America. I want to give respect for that name, all due respect for that. Second of all, let me explain something to you, a person that sat in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous and AAA, where judges and lawyers also sat. Yeah, I'm going to break their anonymity as long as I don't say their name. I said what? Where judges and lawyers also sat. Ha! I dare you. I dare you talk about a man that repented for his sins and is sharing his experience, how his mind got taken away.
When did he repent?
He's the only one that could tell you what the deal is about these drugs. He could be a witness and testify to how these drugs are affecting the youth today. And that's why he's in charge, because the drugs is in the food, because that's who he's in charge of. Yeah, it's in that yellow number.
So do you think that Tylenol causes autism?
I think that they have secretly poison everything to cause autism that they wanted to. And for sure, I know that the government caused autism. For sure, I know that. For sure, I know the government caused the cancer. For sure, I know that.
Okay, but what about the Tylenol? Do you think that causes autism?
Tylenol have been tainted many times. That billion-dollar company have been tainted million times. There's several times that had to be pulled off the campus. Let's talk about the anesthesia. Let's talk about the pills that they're giving to young children in the ghetto. I think those are causing autism. Who can experience that? A woman that has a grandchild with autism could tell you better that my daughter.
Would you blame it on the Tylenol?
Alcohol. She followed all of the rules. She didn't even, only thing she had was that anesthesia. Something caused that. I don't know. Oh, I already know. Excuse me. I already have a better idea. It was, yeah, okay. The other one. Because it's
but do you know that for a fact, or are you just assuming like it was the anesthesia?
No, I'm going to take it back, because the father of the child is born with autism. So it's something the father was doing.
Oh, so it was hereditary.
No, not hereditary, caused by the drugs he was using. All of those Percocets and all of that stuff.
So he was like RFK Jr. with the drugs then.
Yes, but he was the man, not the carrier. You understand? So that you're not. Let me explain something to you. God,
I know there's been studies like it's possible that the same traits as the man can, because I know it's always looked at as the woman is the one that causes the
nobody
autism.
was born with no traits. These things was created just like poor people. And then you might say I'm trying to get off a topic, but I'm not. Okay, they use food and things to alter people. That's why people are born. These people are altered right in their mama wombs to be what? Different, wanting different things. Because if it wasn't, they wouldn't have the medication to further alter you when you out of your mama womb. Okay, I'm telling you that I know it's called genocide. It's called germ warfare. It's called alteration.
Not the G word.
Listen, I know the truth, and I'm going to say the truth. And what I'm not going to do is disrespect the name Kennedy. Okay, I'm not going to do that when two people in the Kennedy family was assassinated. I'm going to give respect to that name. Jacqueline Kennedy, the son that died. I'm not going to disrespect these names. And some people, you call certain names, you finish.
Well, here's the thing, Miss Barbara. That's our elected. We didn't elect him, but he's our public servant. He's a public servant. So,
and I'm glad he is.
We can't criticize him, and we should criticize him. I'm glad he is.
And no, you're not criticizing. You are being disgusting. You talking about
what experience does he have in healthcare? Give me his resume. What is his experience in healthcare?
Knowing what took his away, the drugs, knowing how they putting these drugs into chemicals.
So did he go to school for medicine at all, or medical?
You could just purely be into politics and know what these politicians is doing, like mandating bodegas to sell only yellow number 5 and number 7, not mandating them that they could sell healthy products. Okay, that's the truth about it, my man.
I have no problem with people wanting to put like real, making sure our food is real. I have no problem with that, actually.
What?
I have no problem with that.
With what?
I don't have any problem with that. But
what?
It's a problem.
I said
I don't have a problem with someone making sure that our food is real. That's what I said. But
okay, so
back to my point. Back to my point. My point was, what kind of education does he have to be making medical decisions for us?
Experience is better than an education. Okay.
What experience does he have, Miss Barbara?
Experience what he indulged in.
So he experienced a whole bunch of cocaine, meth, LSD, and that's what helped him be a good person. Like, the United States is not a rehab center.
United States has altered people with their drugs. Okay, and he's one of them, and he happens to be a repentant politician that had to repent for his sins and live a better life. And he said, not only I'm gonna live a better life, what I'm going to do, I'm going to help people. I'm going to expose what this government has been doing. I'm going to mandate that these certain things can't be done in the ghetto. Who am I? The addict that knew that you were selling dirt products when I came down to buy my heroin, and I know what they were selling in the bodegas was pure poison. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just like seeing rat poison being sold in a store, because baby, you could go to them stores that he go to in his neighborhood, you won't see none of them yellow number 5, 7 and rat poison to feed to give you diabetes. But in the ghetto, everybody got diabetes. But in the good part, where the rich man live, baby, they got Wegmans. They got
yes, Miss Barbara. We know that in the inner cities, we know that we get all the bad shit. We know that. But what are they doing to fix that?
That's why he's there, pointing it out.
No, but Miss Barbara, what has he done to fix that? See, now you're trying to avoid the question. What has he done to fix it?
When I study, right?
Miss Barbara, exactly. You're deflecting because you don't have an answer for that. Because what has he done to fix it?
He's making it aware. He's making it aware that.
Okay, he's making it aware, but like as far as making it aware, okay, but is he making sure that there's fresh food?
I think he is. What I heard.
Oh my! Bye, Miss Barbara. Bye. All right, DJ Genesis, you want to come up for a minute? I'll end the show with you. You gotta love you some Miss Barbara. Oh, Addicted says she's a Kennedy buff. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hey, DJ. Yeah, I can hear you.
Man, anyway,
I'm not sharing my live either, but keep going.
I'm not sharing the live. I'm gonna share 5 seconds of a live. Well, that was crazy. I was like, dude, bro, I just wanted to let people know that, you know, you might be dating an autistic dude and don't even know it. Autism, I figured out after having an autistic child and her brother being autistic, and then looking at her father and
I think your mic cut it out.
They didn't know what autism was back then. So a person could be like so totally autistic, and they just didn't know what it was, you know, because autism is a weird thing. It's just a social weirdness, you know? Yes. So you be dating a dude and they be really weird. You be like, why are you acting so down? Like, what? Why when I call your name, you don't answer? Like, it takes you like 5 minutes to like respond. You're like this little small little thing, and people don't even. Sorry, my phone keep doing it. But but you'd be like little like quirky stuff about a person, like, and everybody be having these crazy stories about the person crashing out, doing crazy stuff, and you don't realize that this person just might be autistic. And you have a
Yeah.
child with them, child end up autistic, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? But I believe it's hereditary. I don't think it's like
Mm.
no shot that causes it. I don't think there's anything. I think it's hereditary.
Yeah, because I know also, and I didn't get to this with Miss Barbara, but he's anti-vaccines because I know that has been an argument that says like vaccines cause autism. But are you one of those people that think the vaccines cause autism?
You know, at first I believed that, but then as time has gone on, you know, I'm like, I don't think that's it, you know, because honestly, and I think it's kind of dangerous because we have like gotten over certain things, like, you know, I remember like chicken pox and this, that, the other. We would get our little chicken. You know, I think that I'm not sure what they're putting in the new vaccines, you know, but I remember getting my little shots or whatever, but I still got chicken pox though. So I really don't understand what the chicken pox vaccine is. And you still get chicken pox.
Well, the thing is like you can still get it, but it just lessens like the effects of it, like where you're not gonna die from it.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, well, I got all these like I remember growing as a baby getting all them vaccines and still getting it. So I don't really understand what that's about. But even COVID, you know what I'm saying? Like you get the COVID vaccine, you still get COVID. So I don't really understand what the point of the vaccine is. Like I don't understand what that's about. So I think that's like I think it's kind of an experiment, kind of. These vaccines are like just seeing like, well, let's see what. I don't know, bro. I think it's kind of like experimenting on people. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
but
did you blame yourself at all when it came to autism?
I went through all type of mental anguish of denial at first. I'm like, no, she's not, and see, she's, you know, but they were like, no, she is. You know, and I had to like come to grips with it. But actually, I'm glad. You know, I'm actually happy because you know what, she's neurodivergent, but she actually just thinks a little differently, and she's actually kind of really hilarious if you be around her.
Yeah, and I actually met Genesis kids, and like, listen, Genesis is actually a good mom. You guys, I know we like to make fun of her because she's quirky and shit like that. But you know, Genesis, when it comes to her being a mother, she takes care of her kids. You know, that's why I actually said in my video too.
Right, you know, but it's like, but I know. I mean, I know I have ADHD. I know for a fact her father had autism, but the mom or his mom didn't know because it was in the 80s and 70s, whatever was going on back then. You know, the whole crack era. Who knows what was going on? You know.
Right.
A lot of like mental illness was not getting treated back then, you know?
Exactly.
I think, you know, so people didn't know what the hell. So I think a lot of people got like raised during that time from cocaine. Who knows? It might be a weird like a mutation that happened, but I definitely think it's like hereditary because both of his children came out with autism.
And you know, and I think also too, what you were saying in the beginning, like this has always been a thing, but you just didn't know what to call it. And like some people are just finding out in their adult lives, like they've been diagnosed with autism. They're like, oh, I didn't know, I felt something, but I didn't know what it is. Like you never really know because again, I know there, and correct me if I'm wrong, Genesis, but like when it comes to Black children, especially like Black boys, it's hard for to get like testing and stuff like that. Like
well,
they'll say
actually,
like,
autism actually is prevalent more in boys than it is girls. So it's actually not even a normal thing that girls get. But so my daughter, she has it, and she is more like on the higher spectrum where she's more normal, but her brother is a little bit more severe case than hers is. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing. But if you actually were to go and listen to people's stories about her father, it really kind of outlined a person that probably did have autism. Like they would be on tour and he would like wander off to different imagine we're on tour in like Belgium and I just leave the whole group and just start wandering to like through the neighborhood and come back 3 hours later, you know? And they just thought, man, he just he just leave and don't come back. No, but they don't realize he probably is. That's like a symptom of autism. They tend to wander off and all kind of different stuff. So yeah,
he wasn't, and yeah, they just never knew. Like,
and he's able to mimic voices and like different like, little things that actually made up his personality as a rapper. But the things that he was able to do was almost like a person that's able to focus really highly in on something and perfect it a certain way.
Right. It doesn't hinder you from being smart or being able to work. No. It really doesn't. No, it doesn't. And a lot of times they hyper focus on stuff and become very almost like a genius at that one thing. And he was great at like mimicking voices, and it's interesting. So yeah, like a lot of things that even in his career that he was doing were really autistic traits. But if you don't recognize it, you just think, oh man, he's really cool. That's, whatever. But he really is, yeah. So, yep. Yeah. So people, but autism is an actual, when it comes down to it, it's like more of a socializing thing. Socially, people could be awkward and stuff like that. But really the people that have it are actually pretty cool people. So, yeah. I appreciate you coming up, Genesis, and sharing that, because when I seen you first come up, I was like, oh, I don't know if she's ready, but I'm glad that you did share that.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. You have a good night.
All right. Good night.
All right. We're going to go ahead and end the show right there, you guys. Is Miss Barbara you still there?
Yes. Yep.
Miss Barbara, what you want to tell the people bye?
I'm not there.
All right. She don't want to tell y'all bye. All right. All right, Miss Barbara. Have a good night.
I was not there. That's a computer error.
Wait, huh? What do you mean you're not there?
I'm not.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what the hell going on. Let me just go ahead and leave. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Be safe. We out of here, y'all. Deuces, everybody.